Hey, sports fans, Larry Eater here. It is Conversations with Larry. This is a special edition, day 4, the USATF Championships. You'll be watching it on CNBC. You'll be watching it on Peacock or USATF TV. NBC has decided they weren't making enough money from it, so they're not putting it on their terrestrial TV. They're putting on America's Got Talent, which, yes, I think is horseshit too, but that's just me. Okay, let's get into the meat now. 4 p.m., women's hammer throw final. And the women's hammer throw should be really interesting. There are a plethora of competitors there. I don't think there is anybody who is just ahead of the game right now. So it's going to be really interesting to watch the hammer. The national anthem is at 4:58. The women's pole vault starts at 5. Katie Moon, world champion, Olympic champion. She has a bye. Is she going to compete? I suspect so. Sandy Morris will be there, obviously. After that is the senior men's high jump at 5:05. Followed by the senior women's discus at 5. Valerie Allman had a rough day in the office in Stockholm yesterday. She had 3 fouls in the rain. That was a big upset and a big surprise. Mother Nature reminded her and reminds us that she's in control. So after the women's discus final begins at 5, we have the senior men's semifinal in the 200 meters. That will be telling. How will Noah Lyles feel? How will Kenny Bednarik feel? Where will Fred Curley be? It's going to be really interesting to see how that semifinal in the men's 200 goes. After that, we have the women's long jump final. Tara Davis, among others. That could be a really interesting one. The 200-meter women's semifinals will be at 5:45. Jenna Brandini, Abby Steiner. It is going to be a really difficult event. That women's 200, wow, I can't pick it. The men's 110 hurdle semifinals will be at 6:02. Devin Allen, Daniel Robinson, who's it going to be? That's going to be really interesting because I don't believe Holloway will run the final, if that's what happened like last time. Okay, then we follow up at the men's shot at 6:15. Joe Kovacs, Ryan Krauser. Wow. That should be a lot of fun. The senior women's 800 final. Thing Mu, is anybody going to battle her? Is Ajay back? And is she going to put up a big fight there? That's going to be interesting. The men's senior 800 meters. Clayton Murphy, Bryce Hoppel, Isaiah Harris. Need I say more? The women's 400 hurdles. Delia Muhammad. Is she back? Who's going to, Shawnee Little, who's going to battle with her? It's going to be really interesting to see where that 400 is. Anna Hall going to run the 400 hurdles as well. That's one we didn't even think about. At 6:42, it'll be the men's 400 hurdle final. Ry Benjamin, is he going to be there? How healthy is he? That's a big question. CJ Allen. CJ's had 4 PBs this season, and he has been looking very, very good. How is he going to do? And there will always be a surprise in the 400-meter hurdles. You have 10 hurdles you have to get over, and the last 3 hurdles, everybody swears the hurdles are getting bigger. So after the 400-meter hurdles, it is the men's 5,000 final. Joe Klecker, Woody Kincaid, Grant Fisher, Cooper Tier. Going to be really interesting. What surprises will there be there? There's always a surprise in the men's 5. The senior women's 200 final is at 7:10. Abby Steiner, Jenna Prandini, Twinisha Terry, Sha'Carri Richardson. It could be under 22 seconds and someone not make the team. The men's 200 final, that is going to be crazy. Noah Lyles really wants to do something fast there. Kenny Bednarik wants to make the team. Fred Curley wants to make the team. It is going to be interesting to see if Christian Coleman shows up in the 200 as well. That 200 will be fantastic. It'll be worth the ticket price. And then the women's 5,000 final is Alicia Monson coming back. Who else is going to surprise there? That's going to be really interesting. And we're going to end with the 110 hurdles. Devin Allen, Daniel Robinson. Is Grant Holloway going to show up? It's 4 days of incredible track and field. I think one of the best U.S. championships in ages. And of course, NBC for the first time since 2006. Have I mentioned this enough yet? Has decided the metrics aren't good enough. So they're going to put on America's Got Talent instead of putting this on terrestrial TV. I think it's absolutely horse pucky. I think that if they're spending $5 billion on the Paris Olympics, the least they can do the year before the Olympics is show the U.S. championships. Something happened there. Was it the LA Grand Prix snafus? Is there something else between USATF and NBC? We don't know. They're not answering it. But this is not the way it should be going. And the frustration among fans and athletes, not only with the pricing in Hayward Field or pricing in Eugene, but also this lack of television, is just out of control. We should be talking about how great the team's going to be in Budapest, which it should be fantastic, but we're not. We're talking about a bunch of the crap that's around it that should be fixed and should be taken care of. So USATF, I hope you guys can figure this out, because something's going on between you and NBC. We can't do anything about it. We just have to deal with it. This is Larry Eder with RunBlogRun, signing off.